This is problem number 16, which is another a D flip-flop with two asynchronous sets and resets. And remember that these are, the conditions here are that if you want to set this, you'll set it equal to 0 and reset equal to 0 to reset it. And this is an edge-triggered flip-flop, but the flip-flop triggers on the positive edge, not the negative edge. It's just a little subtle thing with this CP over it. And if you remember from the prior problem, I don't have the picture in here, the reason you can tell it's positive edge is because it has this little triangle here, and it'll say here's CP coming in here, but it will not have a bar over the top of it like this. Instead, it'll have just a regular CP pulse like this, and that means that it's edge triggered on the positive side, and once that happens, it'll latch onto the value of D, unless there is the set and reset, which kind of takes over in the asynchronous form. Let's track this through there and see if it gets something that makes sense to you, okay? Initially, we have S high and reset low. So because this is an active low, it's going to be reset at Q, all right? And then this goes high and this goes high at this point. So it's neither set nor reset. So we got up to this value here, and then let's watch what happens at this area. The D is high, and because the D is high and the pulse goes high, this is an edge trigger. That edge trigger makes this go up, so the Q value goes up at this point and begins to track across here. Now it's not an enabled, it's an edge triggered, so it follows D at this point because D is 1, but it does not follow D down because that's not an edge, it's not an enable, it's an edge trigger. So it goes across here like this, and then it reaches the next area where this is a negative edge, not a positive edge. So again, it does not latch onto the value of D until it gets up to here. At this point, it does latch onto the value of D, but the value of D has gone back up to 1. So there's my positive edge, still continuing across here like this. There's a negative edge, and now let's see what happens. Now right in here we have an asynchronous reset. Okay, so the value of this goes low at this point, not because of the clock pulse, but because of the asynchronous reset. So at that point, this is going to go down to 0 and begin to track across here like this. Now, there's a small area here which is a little bit hard to understand or overlap, but it looks like these happen right about the same time, so I'm just going to call it the way that it looks like to me. It looks like this value of the asynchronous set has dropped to 0, which means you're going to set this. So it's an active low condition. A 0 means set the flip-flop. Set the flip-flops means set the Q equal to 1 at this point. All right, and even though that comes back up and makes both of these high, it does not track that value, nor does it track the value of D until it reaches a positive edge on the flip-flop. So this is going to walk across here like this, and the next possible value we can get, since the asynchronous sets and resets are now at 1, is to watch for that leading edge. And the leading edge at this point is right there, and now it will track D, which is low. So it'll go down to low and go across here like so. So there's my waveform coming out.